His attorney, Rudy Giuliani, spotted on the White House grounds this past weekend. The former mayor has been loyal to President Trump throughout all of this, as some other key players have fled. Mayor Giuliani, welcome back to Newsmax. It's great to see you. How are you? How's the president?
The president is, I think, doing well. I mean, obviously, he's not happy about the situation, but I think he's handling it really very, very respectfully and in the right way, given all of the evidence that we have about what happened. It's very, very hard for the president to act maybe in the way that other presidents did and just pretend that this was a normal election, which it wasn't. But I think given that, he's taken account of what the law is. We recognize that Joseph Biden will be the next president of the United States, and that's the law, and we'll follow it.
So, Mayor, what was it like being with the president in recent days as it winds down? You mentioned, you already told me his mood. What's he doing? How does he wrap up loose ends? I understand pardons are in the work, but how does a president with just a couple of days left on the job, how does he spend his time?
Yeah, I know it's very interesting. I mean, you try to solidify the most important things that you did. He kept checking on the vaccine distribution program, which is, I think, a historic accomplishment. I mean, there's just no president in our history that ever would have gotten that done so quickly. I think Fauci said it would take 2.5 years. He did it in less than a year. No one's ever done that. I think he's right to the very end. He's working on things that will stimulate the economy, because he's kind of brought the economy back already from the pandemic, but we got the market at highs, employment's back. He's kind of working on the things that were important to him. He did a couple of last-minute tweets on the trade deals, which, again, have restored American jobs. He's been doing his job right up until the very end. Yes, he's been considering pardons, as all presidents do at this stage. I think President Obama gave 1,000 or something.
So
it won't be anything like that. Mm-hmm. And I used to be in charge of the pardon attorney's office for President Reagan. So President Reagan gave 800 or 900 pardons.
Hey, he has the absolute authority to do this. I'm curious if you saw what Mitch McConnell did on the floor of the United States Senate.
Yeah,
I want to play this and we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
The mob was fed lies. They were provoked by the president and other powerful people.
Here's the thing, Senator McConnell. We all saw the evidence. That's not true. But leaving that aside, how did the president take this development, Mitch McConnell deserting him like that? And how do you feel, sir?
Well, I'll tell you how I feel, not how the president feels. I just don't like liars. Never like liars, whether they pose as senators or anybody else. I mean, he's lying. I have the video evidence to prove it. I have the video evidence to prove that Antifa had a lot more to do with that than anybody else. And so did Groyper and several other groups that are anti-Trump. I have the videos from John Sullivan saying, let's come to Washington and dump the president, threats on the president that the Secret Service ignored, that the government is still ignoring. I have his 1.5-hour videotape leading to the murder that took place. This wasn't Trump. It wasn't Trump at all. Trump was still speaking when they broke into the Capitol. And then you remember that very dramatic moment with the congressman who said, have you presented one witness from the speech that came over to the Capitol? And there was a minute of silence. Now, I don't know if anybody did, but they presented no witnesses that did that. So for McConnell to say what he's saying is just a flat-out lie.
So let me ask you this. Your exposure, sir, forgive me, we touched on this last week. We know that you can't participate in any impeachment defense because you were a witness, technically, potentially. You mentioned the word combat. Are you feeling, I know you in your heart what you did not mean for anybody to be hurt.